Mary Ann sat in her cozy living room, staring at the beautifully decorated Christmas tree. The twinkling lights and the scent of pine filled the air, but her heart was heavy. This was the first Christmas she would spend alone. Her 3 children, Alex, Emma, and Lily, had their own families and plans, leaving her to celebrate the holiday by herself. She glanced at the clock, hoping for a last-minute miracle, but knew deep down that none of her children would walk through the door. They had called earlier, promising to visit soon, but it was clear that their lives had taken priority over spending time with her. Mary Ann sighed and decided to make the best of the situation. She put on her favorite Christmas movie and settled into her armchair with a cup of hot cocoa. Memories of past Christmases flooded her mind. The laughter, the joy, the togetherness. Those days seemed like a distant dream now. As the movie played, Mary Ann couldn't help but feel a pang of sadness. She remembered how she used to go all out for Christmas, baking cookies, decorating the house, and making sure every detail was perfect for her family. Now, the house felt empty, and the festive spirit seemed to have faded away. Despite her loneliness, Mary Ann decided to keep the tradition alive. She prepared a small Christmas dinner for herself, setting the table with care. As she ate, she whispered a silent prayer for her children, hoping they were happy and safe. She missed them dearly, but understood that life had its way of pulling people in different directions. After dinner, Mary Ann sat by the fire, flipping through a photo album filled with cherished memories. She smiled at the pictures of her children when they were young, their faces lit up with excitement on Christmas morning. She hoped that one day they would realize the importance of family and come back to celebrate together. As the night grew darker, Mary Ann decided to go to bed early. She placed a small gift under the tree, a token of her love for her children, hoping they would visit soon to receive it. With a heavy heart, she climbed the stairs to her bedroom, the silence of the house amplifying her loneliness. Just as she was about to drift off to sleep, Mary Ann heard a faint sound from downstairs. She listened carefully, her heart racing with anticipation. Could it be? She hurried out of bed and made her way to the living room. There, standing by the Christmas tree, were her 3 children, Alex, Emma, and Lily. They had come, after all. Tears filled Mary Ann's eyes as she rushed to embrace them. "You came," she whispered, her voice choked with emotion. Alex smiled and wiped away his own tears. "We realized how much we missed you, Mom. Christmas isn't the same without you." Emma nodded, holding Mary Ann tightly. "We're sorry for leaving you alone. We should have been here." Lily, the youngest, hugged her mother fiercely. "We promise we'll never leave you alone on Christmas again." Mary Ann's heart swelled with joy and relief. Her children had come back to her, and the loneliness she had felt all evening melted away. They spent the rest of the night together, laughing, sharing stories, and making new memories. It was a Christmas miracle, one that Mary Ann would cherish forever. The surprise visit from her children filled Mary Ann's heart with immense joy. The living room, which had felt so empty just moments ago, was now bustling with laughter and conversation. Alex, Emma, and Lily had each brought their families, filling the house with the sounds of happy chatter and children's giggles. The Christmas tree, adorned with lights and ornaments, seemed to glow even brighter. Mary Ann watched as her grandchildren excitedly unwrapped gifts, their faces lighting up with delight. The room was alive with the spirit of the season, and Mary Ann felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude. Alex, the eldest, took charge of organizing a late-night feast. He enlisted the help of his siblings and their spouses, and soon the kitchen was a hive of activity. They prepared a sumptuous meal together, filled with all of Mary Ann's favorite dishes. The aroma of roasted turkey, baked ham, and freshly baked cookies wafted through the house, making everyone's mouths water. As they gathered around the dining table, Mary Ann couldn't help but feel a sense of nostalgia. This was how Christmas used to be, a time of togetherness, love, and shared joy. She looked at her children and their families, her eyes brimming with tears of happiness. "Thank you for coming," Mary Ann said, her voice filled with emotion. "This means more to me than you can imagine." Alex raised his glass in a toast. "To family," he said. "No matter how busy life gets, we should always remember what truly matters." Everyone echoed the sentiment, clinking their glasses together. The room was filled with warmth and love, a stark contrast to the loneliness Mary Ann had felt earlier. The children shared stories from their lives, updating their mother on all the events she had missed. Emma talked about her new job and the challenges she faced balancing work and family. Lily shared her excitement about her recent engagement, and Alex recounted funny anecdotes about his kids. Mary Ann listened intently, savoring every moment. The evening passed in a blur of laughter, storytelling, and heartfelt conversations. The grandchildren performed a little Christmas skit they had prepared, much to the delight of everyone. Mary Ann couldn't stop smiling, her heart overflowing with love. As the night grew late, the family gathered in the living room for one final tradition. They sat around the fireplace and sang Christmas carols, their voices blending harmoniously. Mary Ann's spirit soared as she sang along, her voice strong and clear. After the carols, Alex brought out a special gift for Mary Ann. It was a beautifully crafted scrapbook, filled with photos and memories from their past Christmases. Mary Ann's eyes welled up with tears as she flipped through the pages, each picture bringing back cherished memories. "We made this for you, Mom," Emma said softly. "We wanted to remind you how much you mean to us." Mary Ann hugged her children tightly, overwhelmed by their love and thoughtfulness. "This is the best Christmas gift I could ever ask for," she whispered. As the family prepared to leave, promising to return soon, Mary Ann felt a profound sense of fulfillment. She walked them to the door, hugging each of them tightly. "Remember, you are always welcome here," Mary Ann said. "This house is your home, no matter where life takes you." The children nodded, promising to visit more often and never let her spend another Christmas alone. As Mary Ann watched them drive away, she felt a renewed sense of hope and happiness. The loneliness that had weighed her down earlier was replaced by the joy of knowing she was deeply loved. She went back inside, her heart light and her spirit lifted. The house, now quiet, still echoed with the warmth and love of her family. Mary Ann knew that this Christmas, despite its rocky start, had turned into one of the most memorable and heartwarming celebrations she had ever experienced. As the days passed, the joy of the Christmas reunion continued to warm Mary Ann's heart. She often found herself replaying the evening in her mind, cherishing every moment spent with her children and grandchildren. The scrapbook they had made for her became a treasured possession, a physical reminder of the love that bound them together. Mary Ann decided to call each of her children to express her gratitude once more. She started with Alex. "Thank you for organizing everything, Alex. It was a beautiful surprise," she said, her voice filled with sincerity. "It was the least we could do, Mom," Alex replied. "We realized we had been neglecting what truly matters. We'll make sure to visit more often." Next, Mary Ann called Emma. "The scrapbook is wonderful, Emma. Thank you for the thoughtfulness and effort." "I'm glad you liked it, Mom," Emma said. "We wanted to remind you how much you mean to us and how important you are in our lives." Finally, she spoke to Lily. "Congratulations on your engagement, Lily. I'm so happy for you." "Thank you, Mom." Lily responded. "It was amazing to spend Christmas with you. We'll make sure it's a tradition from now on." Mary Ann felt reassured by her children's promises. However, she also knew that actions spoke louder than words. She hoped their heartfelt declarations would translate into consistent visits and stronger family bonds. Determined to maintain the newfound closeness, Mary Ann took the initiative to stay connected with her children. She began using video calls to check in on them regularly, sharing in their daily lives and creating new memories together. This technology allowed her to feel closer to them despite the physical distance. Mary Ann also decided to embrace her hobbies and interests more actively. She joined a local gardening club, where she met like-minded individuals and made new friends. The community activities brought her joy and a sense of purpose, filling her days with meaningful engagement. One sunny afternoon, Mary Ann received a call from her neighbor, Mrs. Thompson. "Mary Ann, would you like to join me for a walk in the park?" she asked. "That sounds lovely," Mary Ann replied, welcoming the opportunity for companionship. As they strolled through the park, Mary Ann shared the story of her Christmas reunion with Mrs. Thompson. "It was a turning point for us," she said. "I realized that I needed to take an active role in maintaining our family connections." Mrs. Thompson nodded in understanding. "Family is everything, Mary Ann. It's important to nurture those relationships and create lasting memories." Inspired by their conversation, Mary Ann decided to host a family gathering at her home every few months. She reached out to Alex, Emma, and Lily, inviting them to the first of many family get-togethers. The preparations for the gathering filled Mary Ann with excitement. She planned a delicious meal, decorated the house, and even arranged a few games and activities for the grandchildren. As the day approached, she felt a sense of anticipation and fulfillment. When her children and their families arrived, the house once again buzzed with laughter and joy. They spent the day sharing stories, playing games, and enjoying each other's company. Mary Ann's heart swelled with happiness as she watched her grandchildren play in the yard, their laughter filling the air. The family gatherings became a cherished tradition. Each visit strengthened their bonds and created new memories. Mary Ann felt a renewed sense of purpose and connection, knowing that her efforts were bringing the family closer together. One evening, as Mary Ann sat on the porch watching the sunset, she reflected on the journey that had led her here. The loneliness she had felt on that Christmas night had given way to a deeper understanding of the importance of family and the power of love. Mary Ann knew that life was full of unexpected twists and turns, but she also knew that with love, resilience, and determination, they could overcome any challenge. Her family was stronger now, united by the shared experiences and the promise of a brighter future together. With the new year approaching, Mary Ann felt a renewed sense of purpose. The Christmas reunion had not only mended her heart, but also rekindled the importance of family in her children's lives. Determined to keep the momentum going, she decided to plan a special New Year's celebration at her home. She called each of her children to extend the invitation. "I'd love for us to welcome the new year together," she said. "Let's make it a tradition to start the year as a family." Alex, Emma, and Lily were enthusiastic about the idea. They agreed to bring their families and contribute to the preparations. The prospect of starting the year with a joyful gathering filled everyone with excitement. Mary Ann spent the next few days preparing for the celebration. She decorated the house with festive lights and set up a cozy outdoor area with a fire pit. She planned a menu filled with family favorites and ensured there were activities for all ages. On New Year's Eve, the house was once again filled with the sounds of laughter and cheer. Alex arrived first with his family, carrying a tray of appetizers. "Happy New Year, Mom," he said, hugging Marianne. "The place looks amazing." Emma and Lily soon followed with their families, bringing desserts and drinks. The children ran around excitedly, exploring the decorations and playing games in the yard. As the evening progressed, Marianne felt a deep sense of contentment. The bond between her children had strengthened, and they were making a conscious effort to stay connected. She watched as Alex and Emma helped their children roast marshmallows by the fire, while Lily shared stories with her fiancé. They gathered around the dinner table, sharing a meal filled with love and laughter. Marianne raised her glass for a toast. "To family," she said, her voice filled with emotion. "May this new year bring us closer and fill our lives with joy and love." Everyone clinked their glasses, echoing her sentiment. The atmosphere was warm and filled with gratitude. After dinner, they moved to the living room for a cozy game night. The room was alive with friendly competition and playful banter, reminding Marianne of the simpler times when her children were young. As midnight approached, they gathered outside to watch the fireworks. Wrapped in blankets and sipping hot cocoa, they counted down the seconds together. The sky lit up with vibrant colors as the clock struck 12, marking the beginning of a new year. Marianne stood surrounded by her family, feeling a profound sense of fulfillment. The new year symbolized a fresh start, a chance to create more beautiful memories together. She hugged each of her children and their families, grateful for the love that bound them. Over the following weeks, Marianne continued to nurture her relationships with her children. She visited Emma's workplace to see her new office, attended Lily's engagement party, and spent weekends with Alex and his family. Each visit deepened their connection and reinforced the importance of family. Marianne's house became the central hub for family gatherings. They celebrated birthdays, anniversaries, and holidays together, each occasion filled with love and laughter. The home, once filled with loneliness, now resonated with the warmth of family. The grandchildren adored spending time at Marianne's house. They helped her in the garden, baked cookies together, and listened to her stories. Marianne cherished these moments, knowing she was creating a legacy of love and togetherness. One afternoon, as Marianne sat with her grandchildren, they asked her about her favorite memories. She smiled, thinking of the many joyful moments she had experienced. "My favorite memories are the times we spend together as a family," she said. "These moments are priceless and remind us of the love we share." The children listened intently, their eyes wide with admiration. They promised to keep the family traditions alive and always stay close. Marianne felt a sense of pride and hope, knowing that the values she had instilled in her children were being passed down to the next generation. As the year went on, Marianne and her family continued to grow closer. They faced challenges together, supported each other through difficult times, and celebrated each other's successes. The bond they shared was unbreakable, strengthened by the love and commitment they had for one another. Marianne's heart swelled with happiness as she looked around her bustling home. She had gone from a lonely Christmas night to a life filled with love, laughter, and cherished memories. Her family was her greatest blessing, and she was grateful for every moment they shared. As spring approached, Marianne decided it was time for another family gathering. She knew the importance of keeping the momentum going and wanted to ensure that their bonds remained strong. She planned a weekend getaway to a charming cabin by a lake, a perfect place for the family to reconnect and relax. She called Alex, Emma, and Lily to share her idea. "How about we spend a weekend at a cabin by the lake? It would be a great way to enjoy nature and each other's company." Her children were enthusiastic about the idea. They loved the thought of escaping the hustle and bustle of daily life and spending quality time together. They quickly coordinated their schedules and agreed on a date. Marianne made all the arrangements, ensuring the cabin was well stocked with food, games, and everything they might need for a comfortable stay. She wanted this trip to be special, a continuation of the family traditions they had started. The day of the trip, the family met at Marianne's house and drove to the cabin in a convoy. The journey was filled with excitement and anticipation. The children sang songs, played games, and enjoyed the scenic drive through the countryside. Upon arriving at the cabin, they were greeted by the serene beauty of the lake and the surrounding forest. The cabin itself was cozy and inviting, with a large deck overlooking the water. Marianne felt a sense of peace and contentment as she took in the view. The family quickly settled in, unpacking their belongings and exploring the cabin. The children ran down to the lake, eager to dip their toes in the water. Marianne and her children watched them with smiles, feeling grateful for this opportunity to be together. That evening, they gathered around a bonfire on the beach. The crackling fire provided warmth as they roasted marshmallows and shared stories. Alex played the guitar, and they all sang along to their favorite songs. The night sky was clear, filled with stars, and the sound of the lake gently lapping at the shore added to the magical atmosphere. Marianne looked around at her family, her heart swelling with love. She saw Alex's kids huddled together, whispering secrets, Emma and her husband laughing at a shared joke, and Lily and her fiancé holding hands, lost in their own world. This was what she had always dreamed of, a family united in love and happiness. The next day, they spent their time exploring the area. They went on hikes through the forest, fished in the lake, and had a picnic on the shore. Marianne watched with joy as her grandchildren discovered the wonders of nature, their faces lighting up with excitement at each new find. In the afternoon, they played games on the lawn, enjoying some friendly competition. Marianne joined in, laughing and running with her grandchildren. The sound of their laughter echoed through the air, creating memories that would last a lifetime. As the sun began to set, they gathered on the deck to watch the sunset over the lake. The sky was painted in hues of orange, pink, and purple, reflecting on the water's surface. It was a breathtaking sight, and they all sat in silence, appreciating the beauty of the moment. After dinner, they gathered in the living room of the cabin. Alex and Emma had brought old family albums, and they spent hours looking through the photos, reminiscing about the past. Marianne shared stories from her childhood, her eyes sparkling with nostalgia. Her children and grandchildren listened intently, cherishing the tales of their family history. That night, as they all settled into their rooms, Marianne felt a deep sense of fulfillment. The weekend had been everything she had hoped for and more. She knew that these moments were precious, and she was determined to create many more like them. The next morning, they packed up and prepared to leave the cabin. There was a sense of reluctance as they said their goodbyes to the beautiful lake and the cozy cabin. But they knew that they would carry the memories of this trip in their hearts forever. As they drove back home, Marianne reflected on the journey they had been on as a family. From a lonely Christmas night to a joyous New Year celebration, and now this unforgettable weekend getaway, they had come a long way. The bonds between them were stronger than ever, and she knew that they would continue to grow closer with each passing day. Marianne's heart was filled with gratitude as she looked at her family. They had faced challenges and overcome them together, and now they were united by a love that was unbreakable. She smiled, knowing that the future held many more beautiful moments for them to share. As summer arrived, Marianne and her family settled into a comfortable routine of regular visits, shared meals, and joyful gatherings. However, life has a way of throwing curveballs, and it wasn't long before they faced an unexpected challenge. One day, Marianne received a phone call from Alex. His voice was tense, and she could sense something was wrong. "Mom, I need to talk to you. Can I come over?" Marianne's heart sank. "Of course, Alex. Come over as soon as you can." When Alex arrived, Marianne could see the worry etched on his face. He sat down at the kitchen table and took a deep breath. "Mom, I've lost my job. The company is downsizing, and they let me go." Marianne felt a pang of concern for her son. "Oh, Alex, I'm so sorry. What are you going to do?" Alex ran his hands through his hair. "I don't know yet. I have some savings, but it's not enough to sustain us for long. I'm looking for new opportunities, but the job market is tough." Marianne reached out and squeezed his hand. "We'll get through this, Alex. You're strong and capable. Something will come up." Alex nodded, but Marianne could see the doubt in his eyes. She knew she had to do something to help. Over the next few days, she reached out to her network of friends and acquaintances, spreading the word about Alex's situation. She also encouraged him to explore new career paths and consider furthering his education. Meanwhile, Emma and Lily also rallied around their brother. Emma offered to help with job searches and resume building, while Lily and her fiancé provided emotional support. The family came together, united by their desire to help Alex through this difficult time. Despite their efforts, weeks passed without any promising leads. Alex's frustration grew, and Marianne could see the toll it was taking on him. She decided to organize a family meeting to discuss how they could support Alex more effectively. They gathered at Marianne's house, where she addressed the family. "We need to come up with a plan to help Alex. He's going through a tough time, and we have to be there for him." Emma suggested they create a schedule to assist with childcare and household chores, allowing Alex more time to focus on his job search. Lily proposed pooling their resources to provide financial support if needed. Everyone agreed, and they quickly put their plans into action. Marianne was touched by her children's willingness to help each other. She saw the strength of their family bond and knew that together, they could overcome anything. She continued to offer her love and encouragement to Alex, reminding him that this setback was temporary. One afternoon, while working in the garden, Marianne received a call from an old friend, Mrs. Henderson. "Marianne, I heard about Alex's situation. My nephew works at a tech company that's hiring. I think Alex would be a great fit." Marianne's heart leaped with hope. "Thank you so much, Mrs. Henderson. I'll let Alex know right away." She rushed to share the news with Alex, who immediately reached out to Mrs. Henderson's nephew. After a series of interviews, Alex received an offer. It was a lower position than his previous job, but it was a start. Over the next few months, Alex worked hard to prove himself at the new company. He faced challenges and had to learn new skills, but his determination paid off. His supervisors noticed his dedication and potential, and he quickly moved up the ranks. Marianne watched with pride as Alex regained his confidence and rebuilt his career. The family's support had been crucial, and they celebrated his achievements together. The experience brought them even closer, reminding them of the importance of standing by each other through thick and thin. One evening, as they gathered for dinner, Alex raised his glass in a toast. "To family. Thank you for believing in me and supporting me through the toughest time of my life. I couldn't have done it without you." Marianne's heart swelled with love and pride. They had faced an unexpected challenge and come out stronger on the other side. She knew that whatever the future held, they would face it together, united by their unbreakable bond. As the summer continued, The family's bond was stronger than ever. They had successfully supported Alex through his job loss, proving that together they could overcome any obstacle. However, another unexpected challenge was on the horizon. One afternoon, Marianne received a call from Emma. Her voice was filled with worry. "Mom, I just got back from the doctor. They found a lump, and they want to do a biopsy." Marianne's heart skipped a beat. "Oh, Emma, I'm so sorry to hear that. When is the biopsy scheduled?" "Next week," Emma replied, her voice trembling. "I'm scared, Mom." Marianne took a deep breath, trying to stay calm for her daughter. "I know it's frightening, but we'll get through this together. I'll be with you every step of the way." Over the next few days, Marianne and her family rallied around Emma. They accompanied her to appointments, provided emotional support, and helped her manage her anxiety. The waiting was the hardest part, as they all tried to remain optimistic while fearing the worst. The day of the biopsy arrived, and Marianne went with Emma to the hospital. They held hands in the waiting room, exchanging reassuring smiles despite their nerves. The procedure was quick, but the wait for the results felt interminable. A few days later, the doctor called Emma with the results. Marianne was with her, holding her hand tightly. "Emma, the biopsy results are in. It's benign. You don't have cancer." Emma burst into tears of relief, and Marianne hugged her tightly. "Thank God," she whispered. "I knew you were going to be okay." The family celebrated the good news with a gathering at Marianne's house. They shared a meal, exchanged hugs and reassurances, and expressed their gratitude for the positive outcome. The scare had brought them even closer, reinforcing the importance of their support system. As the weeks passed, Emma focused on her health, making lifestyle changes to reduce stress and improve her overall well-being. Marianne and her family supported her every step of the way, encouraging her and celebrating her progress. One evening, as they sat together on the porch, Emma turned to her mother. "Mom, this experience has made me realize how precious life is. I want to make the most of every moment and appreciate the time we have together." Marianne nodded, her eyes filled with understanding. "That's a valuable lesson, Emma. We never know what life will throw at us, but as long as we have each other, we can face anything." The family continued to support one another through life's ups and downs. They made a conscious effort to spend more time together, planning regular family outings and gatherings. These moments of togetherness became a source of strength and joy for everyone. During one such outing, they decided to go on a hiking trip. The fresh air and beautiful scenery provided a perfect backdrop for reconnecting and reflecting on their journey. As they reached the top of a hill, they paused to take in the breathtaking view. "This is incredible," Alex said, his voice filled with awe. "It makes you appreciate the beauty of life." Marianne smiled, feeling a deep sense of contentment. It's moments like these that remind us of what's truly important. The family continued their hike, sharing stories and laughter along the way. They stopped for a picnic, enjoying the simple pleasures of good food and great company. Marianne watched her children and grandchildren interact, feeling a profound sense of pride and happiness. As they packed up to head back, Lily approached Marianne. "Mom, I've been thinking a lot about our family and everything we've been through. I want to document our journey, the challenges we've faced, and the love that has kept us strong. I think it would be a great way to preserve our memories and inspire future generations." Marianne was touched by Lily's idea. "That's a wonderful idea, Lily. Our story is one of resilience and love. It would be an honor to share it." Back home, Lily began working on the family project, gathering stories, photos, and mementos. The process became a labor of love, bringing the family even closer as they shared their experiences and reflections. The project culminated in a beautifully crafted family album, a testament to their journey and the bonds that had carried them through. As the seasons changed, so did the family. They continued to face life's challenges with courage and unity, knowing that their strength lay in their love for one another. Marianne's heart swelled with gratitude as she watched her family grow and thrive, each member contributing to the tapestry of their shared lives. With Emma's health scare behind them, the family settled into a new rhythm, cherishing every moment together. Life began to present them with happier occasions, and they seized every opportunity to celebrate. The first big event was Lily's wedding. She and her fiancé had been planning a small, intimate ceremony, and the time had finally come. The entire family was excited about the upcoming celebration, and they all pitched in to help with the preparations. Marianne took charge of the decorations, using her keen eye for detail to create a beautiful, welcoming atmosphere. She spent hours arranging flowers, hanging lights, and setting up tables. Alex and Emma helped with logistics, ensuring everything ran smoothly, while the grandchildren took on smaller tasks, excited to be part of the big day. On the day of the wedding, the backyard of Marianne's house was transformed into a magical venue. Twinkling fairy lights hung from the trees, and an arch adorned with fresh flowers served as the centerpiece for the ceremony. The sun was shining, and there was a gentle breeze in the air, adding to the perfect setting. Lily looked radiant in her wedding dress as she walked down the aisle, accompanied by Marianne. The guests, a mix of family and close friends, watched with smiles and tears as the couple exchanged their vows. The love and happiness in the air were palpable, and Marianne couldn't have been prouder. The reception that followed was filled with laughter, music, and dancing. Marianne gave a heartfelt speech, sharing memories of Lily's childhood and expressing her joy for the future. "Lily, you've grown into an incredible woman, and I'm so happy you found someone who loves and cherishes you. May your life together be filled with love and happiness." The family danced the night away, celebrating not only Lily's marriage but also the strength and unity that had carried them through tough times. The wedding was a testament to their resilience and the deep bonds they shared. A few months after the wedding, the family gathered again to celebrate Alex's promotion. His hard work and dedication had paid off, and he had secured a higher position at his company. Marianne decided to throw a surprise party for him, inviting his colleagues, friends, and family. Alex arrived at Marianne's house, expecting a casual dinner, only to be met with a chorus of surprise. The look of astonishment on his face quickly turned to joy as he saw the people he cared about gathered to celebrate his achievement. Marianne had decorated the house with banners and balloons, and a large cake sat on the dining table, congratulating Alex on his promotion. The evening was filled with toasts, laughter, and stories of Alex's journey. His children beamed with pride, and Marianne felt a deep sense of satisfaction seeing her son recognized for his efforts. During the celebration, Emma pulled Marianne aside. "Mom, I have some news to share," she said, her eyes shining with excitement. "We're expecting a baby." Marianne's face lit up with joy. "Oh, Emma, that's wonderful news. I'm so happy for you." She hugged her daughter tightly, feeling a surge of happiness. This calls for another celebration. The family embraced the news with enthusiasm, looking forward to the arrival of a new member. They began making plans for a baby shower, eager to welcome the baby into the world with love and joy. As the months passed, Marianne and her family continued to celebrate life's milestones together. They supported Emma through her pregnancy, throwing her a beautiful baby shower filled with laughter and love. The anticipation of the new baby brought everyone even closer. When Emma gave birth to a healthy baby girl, the family gathered at the hospital, their hearts bursting with happiness. Marianne held her granddaughter for the first time, feeling a wave of emotion wash over her. "Welcome to the world, little one. You're surrounded by so much love." The family took turns holding the baby, marveling at the tiny miracle. Emma and her husband were overjoyed, and the siblings doted on their new niece, promising to be the best aunts and uncles. Back at home, Marianne reflected on the journey they had been on. From the lonely Christmas night to the joyful celebrations of weddings, promotions, and new births, their lives had been transformed by love and resilience. They had faced challenges head-on and come out stronger, their bond unbreakable. As they gathered for another family dinner, Marianne looked around the table at her children and grandchildren. She felt a profound sense of gratitude for the love that filled her home. They had created a legacy of unity and support, and she knew that no matter what the future held, they would always have each other. As time passed, the family continued to thrive, embracing the changes that life brought their way. Each member was growing and evolving, and new opportunities and challenges kept them on their toes. One autumn day, Marianne received a call from Lily. "Mom, I have exciting news. I've been offered a job in another city. It's a fantastic opportunity, but it means I'll have to move." Marianne felt a mix of emotions. She was thrilled for Lily, but the thought of her moving away was bittersweet. "That's wonderful news, Lily. I'm so proud of you. When do you need to decide?" "They've given me a few weeks. I'm nervous about the move, but it's such a great opportunity. I think I should take it," Lily replied, her voice filled with both excitement and apprehension. Marianne reassured her. "Follow your heart, Lily. We'll support you no matter what. And remember, home is always here for you." The family rallied around Lily, helping her with the preparations for her move. They spent weekends packing her belongings, finding a new place for her to live, and making sure she was ready for this new chapter. Despite the sadness of her leaving, they focused on the positives and the opportunities ahead. On the day of Lily's move, the family gathered to bid her farewell. They helped load the moving truck and shared tearful goodbyes. Marianne hugged Lily tightly. "I'm going to miss you so much, but I know you'll do great things. We'll visit often, and you can come home whenever you need to." Lily smiled through her tears. "I'll miss you all too. Thank you for everything. I couldn't have done this without your support." With one last wave, Lily drove off to her new city, her heart full of hope and determination. Marianne watched until the car disappeared from sight, then turned to her family. "Let's make sure we keep in touch with her often. We need to support each other, no matter where we are." The following months were an adjustment for everyone. Lily settled into her new job and city, finding her rhythm and making new friends. She stayed in close contact with her family, video calling them regularly and sharing updates on her life. Marianne found solace in knowing that Lily was happy and thriving. She focused on her own hobbies, spending more time gardening, painting, and volunteering at the community center. She also took the opportunity to visit Lily, enjoying the time they spent together exploring her new city. Back at home, the rest of the family continued to grow and adapt. Alex's children were excelling in school and extracurricular activities, and Emma was adjusting to life as a new mother. Marianne took every chance to babysit her granddaughter, cherishing the moments they spent together. During one of her visits to Lily, Marianne had a revelation. She realized how much she enjoyed traveling and exploring new places. Inspired by Lily's courage and the joy she found in visiting her, Marianne decided it was time to embark on her own adventures. Returning home, she shared her thoughts with the family over dinner. "I've been thinking a lot about my visit to Lily and how much I enjoyed it. I've decided I want to travel more, see new places, and experience new things. I think it's time for a new adventure." The family was supportive and excited for Marianne. "That's a great idea, Mom," Alex said. "You deserve to explore and enjoy life. We'll be here to support you, just like you've always supported us." Emma agreed. "And we'll look after everything here. You've done so much for us. It's time you did something for yourself." With their encouragement, Marianne began planning her travels. She made a list of places she wanted to visit, from bustling cities to serene countryside. Her first trip was to Europe, a dream she had always held but never pursued. As she traveled, Marianne felt a sense of freedom and excitement she hadn't experienced in years. She explored historic sites, tasted new cuisines, and met interesting people. Each journey was an opportunity to learn and grow, and she cherished every moment. During her travels, Marianne stayed in close contact with her family. They eagerly awaited her updates and photos, living vicariously through her adventures. Her experiences inspired them to pursue their own dreams and passions. As the seasons changed and Marianne returned home, she found herself enriched by her journeys. Her family welcomed her back with open arms, eager to hear about her travels and the stories she had to share. The time apart had only strengthened their bond, reminding them of the importance of supporting each other's dreams. Marianne's adventures became a source of inspiration for her family, and she encouraged them to pursue their own passions and explore new horizons. The family continued to grow and evolve, united by love and a shared sense of adventure. Through it all, Marianne felt a deep sense of fulfillment. She had faced the challenges life threw her way with resilience and grace, and now she was embracing new opportunities with the same spirit. Surrounded by her loving family, Marianne knew that no matter where life took them, they would always be there for each other. After her travels, Marianne returned home feeling rejuvenated and inspired. She was eager to share her experiences with her family and encourage them to explore their own interests and talents. As they gathered for a welcome home dinner, Marianne shared her adventures and the lessons she had learned. "Traveling has opened my eyes to so many new experiences," Marianne said, smiling at her children and grandchildren. "I've met incredible people, seen beautiful places, and discovered so much about myself. I want all of you to find your own passions and explore them." The family was inspired by Marianne's words, and each member began to think about their own hidden talents and interests. They decided to support each other in exploring these new pursuits. Emma, who had always enjoyed cooking, decided to take a professional cooking class. She had a knack for creating delicious meals, and Marianne's encouragement gave her the push she needed to pursue her passion more seriously. Emma enrolled in a local culinary school, eager to refine her skills and learn new techniques. Marianne offered to babysit Emma's daughter while she attended classes, and they spent many afternoons in the kitchen together, experimenting with new recipes and sharing laughter. Emma's culinary creations became a highlight of family gatherings, and her confidence grew with each dish she mastered. Meanwhile, Alex discovered a hidden talent for woodworking. Inspired by Marianne's travels and the beautiful handmade furniture she had seen, he decided to try his hand at creating his own pieces. He started with simple projects, like building a bookshelf and a coffee table, but soon his skills improved, and he began crafting more intricate items. Marianne was impressed by Alex's dedication and the quality of his work. She encouraged him to showcase his pieces at a local artisan market, and Alex was thrilled when his creations received praise and interest from the community. His woodworking became a source of pride and fulfillment, adding a new dimension to his life. Lily, who had settled into her new city and job, discovered a passion for photography. She had always enjoyed taking pictures, but Marianne's travels and the beautiful photos she shared ignited a deeper interest in capturing the world through her lens. Lily began exploring her city with her camera, finding beauty in everyday moments and honing her skills. She started sharing her photos on social media, and soon her talent was recognized by a local gallery. They offered to display her work in an exhibition, and Lily was overjoyed. Marianne traveled to be there for the opening night, proud to see Lily's photos celebrated and admired by others. As each family member pursued their newfound passions, they supported one another and celebrated their achievements. Marianne's encouragement had sparked a wave of creativity and self-discovery that brought them even closer. One evening, Marianne gathered her family to share an idea. "I've been thinking about how much we've all grown and discovered our talents. I want us to create something together, a family project that showcases our skills and tells our story." The family loved the idea and began brainstorming. They decided to create a community garden and outdoor space that combined their talents. Emma would design and build an outdoor kitchen, Alex would craft furniture and garden structures, Lily would document the project with her photography, and Marianne would oversee the garden's design and plant selection. They worked together over the following months, transforming a vacant lot into a beautiful community space. The project became a labor of love, bringing them closer and allowing them to share their talents with others. The garden flourished, filled with vibrant flowers, fresh vegetables, and cozy seating areas crafted by Alex. Emma's outdoor kitchen became a hub for community gatherings and cooking classes, and Lily's photos documented the journey, capturing the joy and hard work of the project. The grand opening of the community garden was a resounding success. Neighbors and friends gathered to celebrate the beautiful space and the efforts of Marianne and her family. The garden became a place of connection, where people could come together, enjoy nature, and learn from one another. Marianne looked around at the thriving garden and her happy family, feeling a profound sense of accomplishment and joy. They had created something beautiful together, a testament to their resilience, creativity, and love. As the sun set over the garden, Marianne gathered her family for a toast. "To new beginnings, to discovering our talents, and to the love that binds us together. I'm so proud of each and every one of you." They raised their glasses, the clinking sound echoing their unity and celebration. The family had grown and flourished, each member discovering their own path while supporting one another. Marianne knew that no matter what the future held, they would continue to face it together, stronger and more connected than ever before. While the family continued to thrive, life inevitably brought new challenges. Marianne, having embraced her role as the matriarch, remained a pillar of strength and wisdom for her children and grandchildren. One afternoon, Alex received troubling news from work. The company he had been with for over a decade was facing significant financial difficulties and considering layoffs. The uncertainty weighed heavily on him, and he turned to Marianne for guidance. "Mom, I don't know what to do," Alex admitted, his voice filled with worry. "I've put so much into this job, and now it feels like everything could fall apart." Marianne listened intently, her heart aching for her son. "Alex, I know it's a difficult situation, but remember, you have many talents and a strong work ethic. No matter what happens, you'll find a way to provide for your family. And you're not alone in this. We'll face it together." Encouraged by his mother's words, Alex began exploring other job opportunities while still giving his best at his current position. He also dedicated more time to his woodworking, using it as both a creative outlet and a potential new income stream. Meanwhile, Emma faced her own set of challenges. Balancing her culinary pursuits with raising a young child was proving to be more difficult than she had anticipated. The demands of her cooking classes and catering jobs often left her feeling exhausted and overwhelmed. One evening, after a particularly hectic day, Emma confided in Marianne. "Mom, I'm struggling to keep up with everything. I love cooking, but I feel like I'm failing both my business and my family." Marianne offered a comforting smile and a warm hug. "Emma, it's okay to feel overwhelmed. You're doing an amazing job, and it's important to take care of yourself too. Maybe it's time to consider hiring some help or finding a way to balance your responsibilities better. Remember, it's not a sign of weakness to ask for support." Taking her mother's advice to heart, Emma hired an assistant to help with her business. This decision not only alleviated some of her stress, but also allowed her to spend more quality time with her daughter. Emma's culinary ventures flourished, and she found a better balance between her professional and personal life. Lily, thriving in her new city and job, encountered her own share of difficulties. The demands of her career often left her feeling isolated, and she missed the close-knit support of her family. During a visit home, she expressed her feelings to Marianne. "Mom, I love my job, but sometimes I feel so lonely here. It's hard being away from everyone," Lily admitted, her voice tinged with sadness. Marianne took her daughter's hands in hers. "Lily, it's natural to feel that way, especially when you're far from home. But remember, you can always reach out to us. We're just a phone call away. And don't be afraid to build connections where you are. Make time for friendships and activities that bring you joy." Encouraged by her mother's advice, Lily began to cultivate a social life in her new city. She joined photography clubs, attended local events, and made an effort to connect with her colleagues outside of work. These efforts paid off, and Lily began to feel more settled and happy in her new environment. Throughout these challenges, Marianne remained the steady anchor for her family. Her wisdom, compassion, and unwavering support helped her children navigate their difficulties with resilience and hope. She reminded them that no matter what obstacles they faced, they had the strength and unity to overcome them together. As the seasons changed, so did the family's circumstances. Alex found a new job that appreciated his skills and offered stability. Emma's culinary business continued to grow, and she enjoyed a fulfilling work-life balance. Lily's social circle expanded, and she felt more at home in her new city. Marianne watched her children flourish, proud of their resilience and growth. She knew that life would always bring challenges, but she also knew that her family had the love and strength to face them head-on. One day, as they gathered for another family dinner, Marianne reflected on their journey. "We've faced many challenges together, and each one has made us stronger. I'm so proud of all of you. Remember, we're always here for each other, no matter what life throws our way." The family raised their glasses in a toast, celebrating their unity and the strength that had carried them through. Marianne knew that as long as they had each other, they could navigate any challenge and continue to grow and thrive. As the family moved forward, they made it a priority to celebrate their togetherness and the milestones they achieved. These celebrations became cherished moments, strengthening their bonds and creating lasting memories. One spring, Alex had an idea for a family tradition. "Why don't we have an annual family reunion? A weekend where we all gather, celebrate our achievements, and enjoy each other's company." The family loved the idea and quickly began planning their first reunion. They decided to hold it at Marianne's house, where they could gather in the garden they had created together. The preparations were a team effort. Emma took charge of the food, planning a feast that showcased her culinary skills. Alex and his children set up tents and outdoor games, ensuring there was plenty to do. Lily documented the preparations with her camera, capturing candid moments of joy and laughter. As the reunion weekend arrived, the house buzzed with excitement. Family members who lived farther away made the journey, and the yard was filled with the sounds of children playing, adults chatting, and delicious aromas wafting from the kitchen. On the first evening, they gathered around a bonfire in the garden. Alex, who had organized the event, welcomed everyone. This reunion is a celebration of our family, our love, and our journey together. We've faced many challenges, but we've come out stronger. Let's make this a tradition and cherish these moments. The family spent the weekend enjoying various activities. They played games, took nature walks, and shared stories around the bonfire. Emma's feast was a highlight, with everyone praising her culinary talents. The children had a great time, their laughter echoing through the yard. Lily's photography captured the essence of the reunion. Her pictures showed the joy, love, and togetherness that defined their family. She compiled these photos into a scrapbook, which became a treasured keepsake. On the final evening, Mary Ann gathered everyone for a special announcement. "I've been thinking about how far we've come and how much we've grown. I'm so proud of each of you. I want to establish a family scholarship fund to support our children's education and help them achieve their dreams." The family was moved by Mary Ann's generosity. They all contributed to the fund, knowing it would create opportunities for future generations. Mary Ann's announcement was a testament to her enduring love and commitment to her family's well-being. As the reunion came to an end, the family felt closer than ever. They had celebrated their achievements, faced their challenges, and looked forward to a future filled with hope and love. The annual reunion became a tradition, a time to reflect on their journey and renew their bonds. The following years brought more milestones and celebrations. Alex's woodworking business flourished, and he expanded his offerings, creating custom pieces for clients. Emma's culinary skills earned her recognition in the local food scene, and she started her own catering business. Lily's photography gained popularity, and she held several successful exhibitions. Mary Ann continued to travel, exploring new places and meeting new people. She often brought back stories and souvenirs, sharing her adventures with the family. Her travels inspired them to pursue their own dreams and never stop exploring. Through it all, the family remained united. They supported each other in their endeavors, celebrated each other's successes, and provided comfort during difficult times. Mary Ann's home was the heart of their family, a place where they could always return and feel loved. During one reunion, Mary Ann made another announcement. "I've decided to write a book about our family's journey. Our story is one of resilience, love, and togetherness. I want to share it with others, to inspire them and show that no matter the challenges, family is a source of strength." The family was thrilled by the idea. They shared their memories, photos, and experiences with Mary Ann, helping her compile the book. It became a collaborative effort, a testament to their unity and love. When the book was finally published, it received widespread acclaim. Readers were moved by the story of Mary Ann's family, finding inspiration in their journey. The book brought them closer, as they reflected on their past and looked forward to the future. As Mary Ann looked at her family during one of their reunions, she felt a profound sense of gratitude. They had come a long way, facing life's challenges together and celebrating their achievements. She knew that no matter what the future held, they would always have each other. "To family," Mary Ann said, raising her glass. "To love, resilience, and togetherness. May we continue to grow and support each other, creating beautiful memories along the way." The family echoed her toast, their glasses clinking in unison. They had built a strong foundation of love and support, and they knew that together, they could overcome any obstacle and celebrate every success. Their journey was far from over, but they faced the future with confidence, knowing that they were united by a bond that could never be broken. And in their hearts, they carried the lessons and love that Marianne had instilled in them, guiding them through life's adventures. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment with a number from 1 to 5 to let us know how much you like the story. Also watch the video that is currently on your screen. See you soon.